Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Sports News Flash at 12. I am Miguel Mike Medina. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. We're going to go on the HBO route, meaning there won't be no commercials. So we're going to get straight to the first one, which will be hockey. Bo Horvat, former Vancouver Canucks captain, is going to Long Island. He got traded to New York Islanders, and the Islanders are a team that they've been struggling on offense. They've been dealing with injuries, and with this addition, will elevate the Islanders to make the playoffs. So, but one thing's for sure is that Bo Horvat and his agent did not see this trade coming. Bo Horvat, you can tell that he wanted to spend the rest of his career with the Vancouver Canucks, but Vancouver is cleaning house. First, they fired the head coach, and now they traded their captain. But they got some solid pieces in return. They got a 2023 first round pick. They also got Anthony Beauvillier. Anthony Beauvillier, he's been struggling for the Islanders this season, but I feel that getting a fresh start, playing for a new team, new city, he will get going. So I feel that he's going to thrive in Vancouver. Now, the question is, will Bo Horvat sign the extension with the New York Islanders after this season? That's the big question. So we will tune in for that and see what's going to happen. But I do feel that him playing with the Islanders, they will make the playoffs this season. Next up, the 2023 NHL All-Star Skills Competition. It took place on Friday night at Fort Lauderdale, Florida. All the events for this All-Star weekend will be taking place there. Colorado Avalanche teammates Cale Makar and Mikko Rantanen defeated Rangers teammates Adam Fox and Igor Shesterkin to win the Enterprise NHL Splash Shot, a special outdoor event. Brock Nelson defeated Nazem Kadri to win the accuracy shooting contest. Vancouver Canucks forward Elias Peterson wins hardest shot at 103.2 miles per hour. He becomes the fourth forward to finish first at the event. Montreal Canadiens captain Nick Suzuki won the Chipotle NHL Pitch and Puck competition. And then my final part of Friday night's competition was Alex Ovechkin's 4-year-old son. He joined his father and Sidney Crosby for the breakaway challenge. That was a special moment to watch, especially the fact that you had Ovi Jr. with a jersey that says Ovi Jr. in the back. He scores for his goal, and it won't be the last. We might be seeing more of Ovi Jr. in the future if he decides to follow his father's footsteps. Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby, they've been longtime rivals, and they're two of the greatest hockey players to play this game. So the fact that they teamed up for this event was magnificent to watch. Imagine how things would have been like if they were actual teammates in hockey. They would have done some damage together. And now we move on to the NBA. Memphis Grizzlies' Dillon Brooks, he punches Donovan Mitchell in the midsection, which caused a fight between them. And Brooks, he's suspended for 1 game. We gotta remind ourselves, Dillon Brooks, he has a reputation of being an enforcer, an agitator, that one guy that just annoys the crap out of you. He got in trouble last year in the playoffs against Golden State Warriors for that foul on Gary Payne the third. Recently, he got into an argument with Shannon Sharp, and now he gets in a fight with Donovan Mitchell. Every team has an agitator. In the 80s, the Celtics had Emil Carr. The Bad Boy Pistons had Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn. In the 90s, the Bulls had Dennis Rodman, um, Joakim Noah, Draymond Green, Dillon Brooks. The list just goes on and on and on. So every team, you have your agitator, you have that person that just annoys the crap out of you, and Memphis have Dillon Brooks. So clearly this does not make Dillon Brooks look good, because you hit a man's, private areas, and he's already gaining a reputation for being quote unquote dirty, but he's not dirty in the level of like Bill Laimbeer dirty, not even close. But the way the modern NBA is, that the minute there's pushing and shoving, you get ejected, you get thrown out. In the 80s and the 90s, it wasn't like that. It was a totally different game, but that's the NBA today. And but I like seeing competitive fire. I don't condone to violence, but you don't want to be pushed around. You don't want to be disrespected. And I'm glad that Donovan Mitchell stood up for himself and decided, to go after him. So if this was the playoffs, it would not happen. But because it's regular season, it happened. Steph Curry, who publicly endorsed Joe Biden for the 2020 presidency, he made headlines this week. And it's one that it made me cringe, but I'm not too surprised. So Steph Curry and his wife Ayesha Curry, they're opposing a low-income housing development near their $30 million mansion. Here's what they had to say in a letter, and I quote: "We hesitate to add to the 'not in our backyard' rhetoric, but we wanted to send a note before today's meeting. Safety and privacy for us and our kids continues to be our top priority, and one of the biggest reasons we chose Atherton as home." In other words, they don't want poor people to live around their area for plethora of reasons. But I just gotta say this. I won't be surprised if it was more Ayesha Curry that put Steph up to this, because Ayesha Curry is no stranger to be vocal. Steph Curry, I love Steph Curry. He revolutionized the game. So many kids look up to him and mold their game after him. He's a champion. He's a winner, the greatest shooter of all time. And I knew that he was going to be a great shooter since his days in Davidson, but I knew that in 2013, it was the beginning of something special. I remember one person wrote to me saying, it's too early to say that, Ray Allen's going to pass the torch to him. But I just knew it. I knew it. And I was right. He's all of those things, but unfortunately, he's the Will Smith of the NBA. I gotta call like I see it. He's the Will Smith of the NBA. He's an alpha in the court, but he's not an alpha off the court. Another thing, Steph Curry, he was silver spoon. I mean, his father, Del Curry, played in the NBA for 16, 17 seasons, who was a great shooter himself. He did not grow up poor. He's not someone that I can say that he came from nothing. I can't say that about him. So, I'm a person that comes from nothing. And if I don't see myself living in a mansion, but living in a nice, decent home. Because in this life, you don't need to have a massive amount of money, a massive amount of material and things like that. Because at the end of the day, when we die, all that stuff stays behind. So in this life, you don't need so much. If I were, to, let's say, get to a point where I make at least 1 million, 2 million, I won't act as if I'm better than this person, or I'm in this level and I don't want this person that's below me to live near where I live. No, because at the end of the day, nobody's better than no one. The only one who's perfect is God, all right? No one is better than no one. So the fact that this level of hypocrisy coming from the Currys is just, like I said, it is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. So we can act like we're better than another person. And if it bothers you so much, then move somewhere else. You got the money. You got all the money. Move somewhere else. But to stop from another person, another family that doesn't make enough money compared to you, like, you can't do that. You can't stop them. Everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves to live in a nice area, in a nice home. In order to progress in life, we need to start getting comfortable telling the uncomfortable truth. And a lot of these athletes think they're politicians. That's the thing that ruined sports for me and for a lot of people, that ever since we added politics into sports and social media as well, to a certain degree, it has ruined so many things. But that's the world that we're living in, right? Now let me go into this next topic, which is also cringeworthy and is super annoying, and I can't believe this person continues making the headlines for the wrong reasons. And his name is Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is requesting a trade. He wants to be traded by the trade deadline, or if not, he's gonna leave for free agency in July. At this point, I gotta laugh at all of these headlines Kyrie is making and causing all these distractions. This is a great reminder why owners, GMs, you can baby and you can pamper these athletes. You can't give them everything, because stuff like this happens. I agree with Kyrie Irving on certain things, like the vaccine situation, but this is effing ridiculous. After firing Steve Nash, things started turning around for the Brooklyn Nets. They were winning. They were gelling together under new leadership, new voice. And for Kyrie Irving to come up with this nonsense, according to ESPN, the Nets are a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference. If this team stays healthy, they could go far. They could go far. But now you're dealing with another distraction by Kyrie Irving. I don't know if this has to do because of his issues with the owner, or is it that because he's trying to force his way out to go to Los Angeles? But Kyrie Irving has a great chance of winning a title in Brooklyn. This will look good on him and his legacy. But if he goes to the Lakers, he's not going to be the story. It's going to be about LeBron, especially the fact that LeBron is on his way to break Kareem's all-time scoring record. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say about this subject, but it's just so unbelievable how these athletes are nowadays. Kyrie is such a gifted athlete. He's had success. He's a world champion, hit the biggest shot of his career. He has arguably the best handles in the NBA. But my God, man, Jesus. He's basically the Kanye West of the NBA. Basically. And now it's time for to talk a little bit about my favorite sport, which is baseball. And gotta talk about my country, Dominican Republic. The World Baseball Classic is on its way. And I have a very, very, very good feeling about this team. I feel that this 2023 team on paper is better than the 2013 team. And it's crazy that it's been 10 years. We waited 6 years for the World Baseball Classic. But take a look at this lineup. Take a look at their lineup and their starting pitching. Ain't that a beauty, huh? That lineup is beauty. That pitching is beauty. Oh my God. Manny Machado, Juan Soto, Jeremy Pena. And then the pitching, you have Framber Valdez. I just love how this team is constructed. They have youth and they have depth. So I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. I can't wait for March. I'm gonna start making some plans so then I can invite my sisters, my nieces and nephews, and just plan an event. You know, we can make ensalada de papa, which is pink potato salad. For those of you who don't know, make food and just plan a day of watch the World Baseball Classic because I just have a very good feeling. I have a very good feeling about this team. Yes, they're gonna have some competition, but I'm loving what I'm seeing right now of this Dominican Republic team. It's time for good or great, and I decided to end with this episode talking about for this one. And today's good or great will be about the 2023 San Diego Padres. Is this a good team or a great team? I'm gonna go on the limb and say that they are a great team. They continue to spend, and I love the big addition that they added this offseason, which is the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. I'm a fan of this San Diego team. I feel that they have a lot of harmony. They have tremendous chemistry. And now you have Xander Bogaerts. You have Fernando Tatis. Yes, he's suspended, and I'm disappointed about what happened, but he will be back. He has to stay healthy. His ass better stay healthy. Excuse my language. Manny Machado, who's grown as a leader for that team. You still have Juan Soto. You still have this pitcher, I'm forgetting his name. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. But whatever. I feel that their starting pitching is probably the weakest thing that they have, but it's solid. It's okay. But that lineup and their bullpen, I have all the confidence in the world. So I feel that they've done enough this offseason to dethrone the Dodgers to win the NL West Division. But overall, I see this team making the playoffs. It's not a fluke. And I hope they go far. This team is good enough to make the World Series. But like I said, with this playoff expansion, you're going to have more competition. These teams are going to try to battle out. But San Diego Padres, they are a great team on paper. Well, that does it for this episode of Sports News Flash at 12. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Stay warm. Enjoy sporting events. And yeah, and always have God in your heart. So stay safe, be safe. May God bless you all. I'll see you next Sunday.